No, like I said, man, that's a big dude. You know what I mean? He ain't even at 168. You know, when you look
Right,
at
not now. It's at 175, yeah.
he probably can't even make 168 no more. But when you look at these fights, you know, especially
like I said, I don't want no handouts either. I want to, earn my spots everywhere I go, even at 175. But I see that weight class. I want to become champion at 175, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's a tough fight. I don't know if Bud can overcome that. That's different. That's a lot. That's a lot to overcome. Height, reach, the speed of Benavidez coming downhill, the stamina, because this a guy that does get stronger as the fight goes also. So some of the advantages he had over Canelo, he wouldn't have at Benavidez. I think it will be a question if Benavidez can make the weight.
But yeah, I mean, if the fight comes up, the opportunity comes up, I would love that fight.
So you're saying 160 versus Crawford, you do it?
Oh yeah.
Right after defeating Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford responded to David Benavidez, saying he can't even make 168 pounds, and the boxing world hasn't stopped talking about it. Following his win, Crawford spoke with Stephen Smith about his next possible fights. When Smith brought up David Benavidez as a potential opponent, Crawford fired back with a sharp comment that immediately sparked reactions on social media and among analysts. With one statement, he questioned whether Benavidez could even reach the super middleweight limit, casting doubt on the idea of a matchup.
If you were at 168, when we think about anybody at 168 outside of Canelo, the first name that comes to anybody's mind is David Benavidez. What about the potential for a fight like that?
no, like I said, man, that's a big dude. You know what I mean? He ain't even at 168. You know, when you look
Right, not now. It's at 175, yeah.
he probably can't even make 168 no more. But when you look at these fights, you know, especially coming up, you gotta be realistic. You gotta, say, all right, how big is this dude really is? Because David Benavidez, he can fight his ass off, and I told him that a long time. I told him that when, before I fought his brother. I said, man, dude, you can fight, dude. You're gonna do big things.
Crawford's bold comment stirred even more debate about his next opponent. Among those weighing in were Henry Cejudo and Kamaru Usman, two respected MMA figures who also follow boxing closely. Both agreed on one point. They believe Benavidez can make 168 pounds and that a fight with Crawford would truly show who the real champion is. For them, it isn't about weight. It's about two top fighters facing off to settle the question once and for all. They emphasize that fans don't want excuses or delays. They want the best to fight the best.
Here, Kamaru, Terence Crawford versus the Mexican monster, David Benavidez.
I knew it was coming.
He was the mandatory for Canelo.
Oh my God. Relax.
What's up? The scariest guy in the division.
He's not in the division.
He said he could still make 168 pounds. The reason why he went up because nobody wants to fight him.
That's a big dude. And to be honest, Terence Crawford's 37 years old.
It's about merit. Could I get to the generational talent, as he said, with Manny Pacquiao? He's an 8-division world champ.
If it ain't no big name, Terence, do what you...
While the debates continued, Crawford took the stage at his post-fight press conference to respond to his critics directly. He reminded everyone how often he had been doubted and labeled a nobody, and how those same voices were now silent after his decisive win over Canelo. With confidence and a touch of satisfaction, Crawford asked what else could possibly be said against him. It was a clear statement of dominance, showing he fully recognized how much the boxing landscape had shifted in his favor.
Which do you think means the most?
And all of it. It all goes hand in hand.
Can you describe what it all means to you to have, you just made like a whole resume of stuff tonight.
It means a lot to me because, anybody can be a nobody, like I said, and that's all they say I've been fighting is nobodies. So what can they say now? Somebody tell me, what can you say now?
And say congratulations.
That's it.
Benavidez did not stay quiet, however, and pushed back against Crawford's comment about making 168 pounds. He argued that the real issue isn't weight, it's the division. From his point of view, Crawford has no right to question him since they don't even fight in the same weight class. Benavidez, who considers himself a natural 175-pounder, has his own plans and path to follow. To him, Crawford's remarks felt more like noise than substance, a way to avoid stepping into truly challenging territory rather than a genuine critique of his skills.
The top people ranked at the WBC are fighting each other, so it it should be an easy call. If I can't get those fights, then I'll go up to fight Bivol, or I'll go try to, I set my conquest on 175. Like I said, I don't want no handouts either. I want to, earn my spots everywhere I go, even at 175. But, I see that weight class, I want to become champion at 175, and that's exactly.
Despite his statements, many began to question whether Benavidez might be avoiding the fight altogether. While Crawford's team claimed he was struggling with weight, Benavidez appeared focused on other potential opponents. Reports indicated he was already considering Dimitri Bivol, another strong name in the higher weight classes. This led to the question, is Benavidez dodging Crawford, or is he simply aiming for fights that better align with his career goals?
He's at 60. 68, maybe the Benavidez fight. That's a tough fight for Bud. I ain't gonna lie, that's a tough fight. Benavidez ain't no joke. Yeah, that's a tough fight. I don't know if Bud can overcome that. That's different. That's a lot. That's a lot to overcome. Height, reach, the speed of Benavidez coming downhill, the stamina, because this a guy that does get stronger as the fight goes also. So some of the advantages he had over Canelo, he wouldn't have if Benavidez. I think it would be a question if Benavidez can make the weight. I know he's been there 75.
Meanwhile, talk of a Crawford versus Benavidez matchup kept building behind the scenes. Coach Bremen, a respected figure in boxing, confirmed that interest in the fight is genuine. He mentioned that Al-Sheikh has shown serious willingness to make the bout happen, suggesting that forces beyond the fighters themselves are pushing for it. That revelation only added fuel to the fire, because when someone like Al-Sheikh gets involved, fights can quickly move from fantasy to reality.
David's too big for Terence Crawford. I think Terence Crawford will be like 38 years old, I mean, it will not be the same as Canelo, man. We know David comes in and throws a lot of punches and puts the pressure. And no disrespect to Terence Crawford, he's the best pound for pound. He's in the books to do history. He did something that nobody could do. But at the end of the day, we're talking about the Mexican monster, David's young, strong, super big for Terence Crawford. And, even Terence Crawford said that Kabbalah.
As speculation grew, David Benavidez's father and trainer, Jose Benavidez Sr., shared his perspective. He acknowledged Crawford's greatness and praised his skills and accomplishments, but quickly issued a warning. In his view, Crawford may have handled Canelo, but David presents a completely different challenge. He described his son's punches as hardcore and stressed that facing Benavidez would not be the same as facing Canelo. According to him, Crawford would be up against a true Mexican monster at his very best, and the outcome would be very different from what fans had just seen. His words were both protective and promotional, highlighting David as a real threat in the division.
Talking about it.
Turkey hinted at that. He was like, Benavidez.
Yeah, he
Turkey,
did.
So
Turkey just posted that this morning, wondering if Benavidez can make 168. Maybe he has plans or ideas of maybe trying to match up Benavidez and Terence Crawford.
No,
No, we ain't doing that fight. Maybe planning on vacating the belts.
No, we ain't gonna vacate the belts. We just gonna sit where we need to sit for a minute, and then, just like I said, get back in the gym and do our thing.
Honest.
Absolutely. And he don't want none.
On the other side, Crawford's longtime trainer Bulmermack was quick to dismiss the idea of a fight with Benavidez. While others fueled the hype, Bulmermack emphasized that the team is focused on steady progress and more realistic future opponents. His comments made it clear that the Crawford camp isn't letting outside pressure dictate their plans, no matter how much fans or promoters want the matchup. For Bulmermack, the priority is discipline and preparation, not chasing headlines.
The opportunity comes up, I would love that fight.
So you're saying 160 versus Crawford, you do it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Even if it's right now like at 154, like let's say he says, you know what, I want you to jump up to 160.
Why not? I mean, I feel like I'm a big 154 as it is, I mean, I was a big 140. I was a 140, a big 140, a big 147, a big 154. I think 160, I've always said I'd go to 160 eventually. So.
As the back and forth continued, another voice joined the conversation, Virgil Ortiz. The young fighter not only shared his opinion, but also called out Crawford directly. Ortiz said he would gladly face Crawford, but only under his own terms. The fight would be at 160 pounds. For him, the weight wasn't an issue, and he was more than ready to test himself against the current pound-for-pound king. Ortiz positioned himself as someone willing to step up while others were still hesitating around negotiations.
He said he wondered if Benavidez could make 168
We
with
just
the
talked to
thinking
Bomac
emoji.
and he was like, "Nah, we don't want to do that." We
Yeah,
something else,
I just think Benavidez, he's like what, 6'5", 6 something like that. He's a big dude, bro.
Yeah.
He's a big dude, man. So I just who knows? Now you got fight announcements now. They got, you know, Rey Mysterio fighting Andrew Tate and I don't know, just crazy stuff. So we'll see, man.
Ortiz didn't stop there. When asked about Ben's making 168 pounds, he flatly dismissed the idea. In his view, there was little chance Benz could successfully drop to that weight. Ortiz said the super middleweight limit would be far too challenging for Benz, especially at this point in his career. By saying this, Ortiz not only criticized Benz, but also cast doubt on the highly anticipated fight. His comments echoed Crawford's original point, but carried extra weight coming from an outside perspective.
About fighting Benavidez, that's just Turkey trying to pull rank. So Turkey trying to show he got a golden arm. You know what I mean?
I understand that Turkey likes to make these big grand events, but there's a boxing aspect to this shit too. Like some stuff gotta make boxing sense. Bringing the dude down that's been comfortable at 75, bringing him back down to 68, and then having him fight a dude that just jumped 3 weight classes in 2 fights that started his career off at 35.
Right.
Like, no, bro. No.
Yeah, I don't want to see that fight. There's no point. There's no point. Like I said, Bud needs to just go get line of suit.
This mix of comments, reactions, and predictions has given fans plenty to consider. Crawford has already established himself as one of the decade's greatest fighters, silencing critics by defeating Canelo and achieving a historic feat few boxers ever reach. Yet, even with that victory still fresh, the focus has shifted to what comes next. The excitement grows daily, turning every interview, podcast, and article into part of the same question. Who will Crawford face next, and will Benz be the one to step up?
With David Benavidez.
You gotta understand.
I gotta ask you, bro, because I can't, you know?
My thing is, Benavidez is a big dude. Not to say I won't fight him. I fought his brother. Brother was big when I fought him. The only reason why I entertain Canelo is because he's not a big dude. He might be thick, but he's not a big dude. Benavidez is like 6 foot something. Then he gonna come in 190, 200 probably. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, that's a big dude.
And he's skilled.
I might as well go to heavyweight.
Alright everyone, stay updated with the latest boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Glove Lord and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Don't forget to check out our other videos as well. Until next time, take care and stay safe.